Hey bros, and hey to anyone else who may be watching. I appreciate everyone's eyeballs and I appreciate everyone's comments. Thanks for leaving them. Like I said, I do these videos just to keep my bros up to date, and just for the laughs really. And it's nice to know other people enjoy them too. So here we are at Castle Gnarlo. I'm going to head on over to the South Beach station, and we're going to go from there down the um, mine track over to the pit that I have finally finished. Can show you how it has come along. Um, I would have been finished with it a lot earlier today, but it took me about 2 hours, I would say, trying to figure out how to do the two-way booster. I kept doing it. I kept trying to do it on one track, which I believe I could have done if the track went in a different direction. If it went um, east-west instead of north-south, I could have done a one-track booster. But as it is, due to the direction, I did have to put it on to two tracks and with two mine carts. Okay, we're going to leave South Beach here. This right here will be a powered switch, just like the one at Castle Gnarlo, as soon as I get the redstone and all wired up to it. And here we pass the channel as we leave the South Beach station behind. And we're going into the new territories. Coming up soon, you will see the booster station. The boosters on both ends, the ones I just left and the one in the pit, will carry it about 2/3 of the way. And you may notice a slight slowing down here as we're going along. But I said the original boosters by themselves were carried about 2/3 of the way. So halfway along the track here, I have set up an additional booster. That gives us a little push to carry us the rest of the distance. And coming up very shortly, you'll see the track turning off to the right. And hopefully I'm not going to see a Pegasus or anything while we're zooming along here, or I will have to break down and cry. Right. As you notice, I have not yet put the supports in up underneath the bridge either. I wanted to get it functioning. And I will go back later this evening and make sure it's well supported. And once again, even with the second boost, we are starting to slow down a little bit as we come in. But we plunge into the ground and we're down into what will be the station at the pit. Ooh. If I can figure out how to do that without falling through the cobblestones. So this is the cave that it empties out here. This is the pit. Over yonder where you see the sign is a spiral stair going down to my other portal. Over this way, you've got a long hallway that goes over to the stairs and all that actually go down into the pit proper. So here's these. This will be converted into a more regular looking and decent station. Get all the dirt out of it. Just tidy it up a little bit. Now I'll give you all a quick run of what it looks like coming back this way. And we come back up. I do need to come along. I've got to build basically barrier walls along both sides. I have been stopped a few times, like riding it at night while I was working on it, by skeletons shooting arrows, missing me, but the arrows lodging into the track and stopping the minecart. I have been stopped in a few places, especially up in this area, by birds spawning and flying down from the trees and landing in the track right in front of me, me hitting the bird, and it stopping the fairy bit the big one there, and it's stopping the minecart. And as you see, we're getting closer to the booster station from this side now. I've got a nice desert biome there that I'm going to turn into a glass making factory soon. And I'm thinking about just walling this entire thing off with glass. And we boost once more to give us the little extra shove that's going to get us back to South Beach. This is also a nice area that I'm going to explore. I like the little cave. There's actually a waterfall on both sides of that little arch down there. So I'm really looking forward to developing it a bit as well. Okay. Now we're coming up on the little forest right before we hit the channel. This right in here, by the way, is where I saw the troll, the one and only troll I've seen. It was right in that area there, so I think up underneath those trees it does get dark enough to spawn trolls. And now we'll be making the left turn back into South Beach. And down back into the station again. Which I've noticed I also have to do some work on. I need to finish putting in a floor other than this dirt and grass one that we have here. If you'll notice all the flowers, it has had a good number of fairy spawns in here. In fact, I've had to replace 2 pieces of track. There was a hole right there that had a flower in it, and a hole on this side that had a flower down in it. And both the track and the cobble up underneath it were both gone. So that is how things have come along with the station here and with the mine track. So I no longer have to totally devote myself to traveling in the nether to get back and forth. And over there you can just barely see the beginnings of Castle Gnarlo in the mist and the aqueduct that I showed you from last time. So that's what's happening in County Gnarlo as night falls. And I head out over the channel so that I won't attract the attention of anything. And I hope y'all have had a good one, and we will talk to y'all next time. So thank you very much, and goodbye. Hey, just one final thing here. I made a quick trip on out to the center station here, just to show y'all how the double booster is made, just in case someone had any questions. As you see, it comes in from that direction. I just make a hook in the track, and it takes it to your standard booster, which will pump it up to speed and then throw it back over this way, which will take it on out to the pit. As you see right there, coming from the pit, it makes a hook out in the opposite direction and does the exact same thing. Because of the way minecart tracks work, when it's going, the booster that throws it this direction, whenever it hits this curved track, it will jump across the gap and immediately travel on down that track. And the same thing on this side. When it comes along that track, it will make the jump and then continue on that way. So you just have to make sure that the incoming track is the one that actually has the curves in it, and the outgoing track is the one that has the gap and makes the jump. And it will work fine in both directions that way. So that is pretty much everything from here. And once again, I appreciate y'all from watching.